Hey guys, how you doing? How you feeling today? Today I am in Orlando. Sarah's team, her cheer team, made Worlds. So this is awesome. Today is their, I guess, I don't say prelims, but you compete today and you see if you can make the next round, which is tomorrow. I'm excited for them. The parents here are all they're dressed up. I mean, there's a lot of people here who are geeking out, which is really good. Anthony, you should see his getup. I love it. They did a good job. Today I want to continue with what we talked about last week, filters. What do we do with them? Last week we talked about we delete things, we distort things, and we generalize. And again, if you can't hear me, please forgive me. I am in the hall right now. I just kind of found a corner that wasn't as loud, so bear with me. Last week, like I said, we talked about deletions, distortions, and generalizations. What do we do with that? And how we might delete things in the conversations or distort, and kind of miss key things that might help us better communicate. I want to continue that a bit. Even here, since we landed, there's been some things that came up. There's some things that, even with the car rental, it wasn't smooth. When I landed, we had I guess I got upgraded to an F-150, which is awesome. Any other time this is going to be fun to drive. And where we're staying, the Airbnb, you're not allowed to have trucks there. So we had to kind of change it up. Not a big deal at all. And other things came up that was like little hiccups, little bumps in the road. Again, not a big deal. And still, I could focus on those negativities, or just for me, focus on being a dad, being here for Sarah and having the best time. I had to coach yesterday, which was so fun. I do love doing that, but also trying to fit in coaching and then driving her to they had a practice yesterday in Kissimmee, coming back and coaching again. So trying to fit all that in, be flexible, be there, also present, how I wanted to show up. All of that. And I could focus on that this was stressful, or I could focus on it all worked out. Today's about Sarah. Today's about me being in the best level I can be. And yes, last week we talked about the filters. Today I'm a little bit excited because I get to tie into more than just the filters. What happens before we actually bring in information to get to our filters? The deletions, distortions, and generalizations. Well, obviously one of the senses we bring in is vision. The others being auditory, sense, tactile, kinesthetic, feel. Taste and smell, different senses, probably less information we need on a every moment basis, if you will. Still important. All that contributes. And remember, we delete a lot. 2 million bits of information all the way down to 126. Why is this important? Well, you guys know I'm also an optometrist. Surprise, I do talk about coaching a lot. And I love vision therapy. I love what I do as an optometrist. Partly because it fits so well together with coaching, with that concept. And it's not just in my coaching life, I do X. In my optometry life, I do Y. I mean, life is life. Whether these rules fit in one versus the other, if they're not true, they won't fit nicely with the other. So it's no surprise that I get interested in both of these, because they are really the same side of the same coin, or maybe the opposite side of the same coin. They belong together. It's fascinating because before we even get to filters, how we delete, distort, generalize, we have to bring in information. In my world, obviously, vision's a key component. So if how we bring in information is important and so integral, I work with patients with a strabismus. That's an eye turn, a cross-eyed, a lazy eye inwards, a cross-eyed outwards, one weaker eye versus the other. Maybe they had a concussion and their eyes aren't working well together. How they're perceiving their world visually is not at their most ideal that they could be, using both eyes together and so on. Thank you. I just got pinned. It's a cheerleading thing, so that's pretty cool. It's fun. And to me, this is the whole reason why I geek out about vision therapy. Why I get excited about talking about NLP, communication language filters. Because if we're bringing in information, how we see things, if it's not exactly in harmony, left eye, right eye working well together at its peak, sharing information, supporting the other eye, seeing what you see in your world from both sides. If the eyes are part of the brain, then using both sides of the brain to really perceive your world. If we're not doing it at the best level we can, at our ideal, what are we already missing before we even get a chance to filter it out? What are we negating or not being aware of on the other side of the conversation, on the perception level, before we even filter out? I mean, people wear eye patches, why? Theoretically, it's to strengthen the other eye. That's a whole new topic. Maybe I'll talk about that soon. I mean, that's a big one that's been coming up lately, patching. Well, the presupposition in patching is if I have a weak eye and this is a strong eye, then if I patch the strong eye, it forces the weak eye to work harder. Let's rewind that. Forget about patching. Again, I'll talk about that now that I think about it. Whole different thing. If one eye is weaker, not working as well as the other eye, then what am I not using to just look at my world? What if I'm only bringing in the information on the right eye and less so or none on the left eye, or minimal? What support does that patient have? And then if they're not bringing in the appropriate information that supports them to see the world in such, forget about even depth, but that's so important. I'm talking more just perception. What are they already eliminating before they get a chance to delete, distort, and generalize? How does that influence how they walk through their life? If they go through life and they are already missing out, do you think it's unsafe for them? Because in their world, the world is not stable, it's not balanced, it's not already not visually in harmony because they don't share. Their eyes don't share information with one another. This is a rabbit hole of conversation here. You know, what if their eyes maybe isn't the weak eye or in the sense of a lazy eye, but what if it's just, again, their eyes don't work well together, so it affects how they read? That's an easy one. The words move on the page. I hear that often. The words dance. I skip lines. Well, if you're skipping information, jumping, eliminating, missing words, scrambling information, I read the words backwards. What are you looking in your world and causing it to go backwards, scrambled, missing, unstable? And if your world is unstable, and how do you perceive it? Or scrambled, how do you feel about it? Do you feel safe? Do you have somebody in your life who might go through life saying, they maybe not even say, but they feel unsafe, it's unsure because on a day-to-day moment, the world changes because the way they perceive their world is unstable. It's not stable, it's not consistent. That might be better. I don't know. I've worked with a lot of patients. When they are complete in vision therapy, hell, even before they do it, midway through, early through, they start to see changes, that the world becomes more safe, more stable, and they can be more congruent in their path. Just the way they start perceiving it, they can process differently. That's exciting. That's awesome. If any of this is important to you, or you know somebody that this might benefit from, please reach out. This is a big deal to me. In addition to the coaching, vision therapy, it's a game changer. It's a life changer. It brings you to that next level. Gives you a chance at least. Again, love to hear from you guys. Hope you have a good day. I'm now going to sign off. I'm going to go and hang out with the families here, the team, and I'm going to cheer on Sarah. It's live. I will try to find the link. Look at World's All-Star Orlando right now. It is live. And in fact, they're streaming right now, and hopefully you guys get a chance to watch them. Odyssey, the Team Odyssey. Check it out. Have a nice day, guys. Bye.